Welcome to Salento with Love. I'm Davide Mengoli, episode 3 of Corso d'Italia. Through this episode, so much is happening, and I really needed to film this today because it's happening while we're actually filming today. Hey, buongiorno. Site never stops, so today they're actually delivering all the panels, the insulation panels that fit at the bottom. You may have seen it in many of the other videos where all the pipes run through to allow the underfloor heating system to work. So I wanted to really capture this video before this happens, because then video 4 we're actually going to get very close. But look at the amount of material that needs to be delivered to actually supply the underfloor heating system panels that insulate. So let's see what's happened in the last couple of months. We left this building last time with cuts and wounds. It was literally like an open heart surgery. If you watch episode 2, yes, go and watch episode 2, you'll see how really the building was cut and chased into the walls to allow the plumbing, the electrics to run through. And sometimes when you go through that process, you think, oh my God, is he ever going to go back together? And yes. So can I show you also the cables that you see coming out, and we got the first light bulbs, shows that the wiring system is already gone through, so everything works. And this is a good practice before the final plastering gets applied, because then if something needs to be cut open because of an abstraction, then you can do it before the final paint is finished. So first of all, let me just start with this. Ta-da! We are in this beautiful stairwell, which really was a big green. And look at the stone at the top of this. Have a look at episode 1. You can see really the flaking paint. This is actually a labor of love. It needs to be scraped by hand, and then it needs to be sanded in order to re-establish the natural stone. There is no paint over this. But then isn't it beautiful how we've brought the architraves out, and these are also in solid Lecese stone, and you can see it on both sides. And so it was nice, as you can imagine, coming through to see the architraves. And I know that while you are looking at the architraves, you're probably getting distracted by these paintings on the ceilings. And as you can see, all the cables now and all those conduits that run into the walls that disappeared to leave this wonderful, smooth surface. It's incredible, everything disappears. But it's very important to have somebody that can really apply plaster in a fantastic way. Also, when you're actually applying plaster on an old surface, just like a wall like that may have some little cracks, may have all the cutting and chasing where the cables are running through, it's important to apply the first coat, which is almost like a glue, and then a fine mesh that goes over the top, and then a fine plaster. That avoids with years to have little lines and airlines and little cracks to appear, leaving you a beautiful smooth surface. Here, for example, as well, with a little change through the course of this project, how the distribution of this room is going to be. The wall, there will be a wall here, all in wood, which will be a cabinet on one side, and you can just walk either side and reach the bathroom. So little changes sometimes can happen during the course, because you may start to have a better vision. I always say it's best to stick to the render, it's best to stick to the plans, but sometimes little things actually jazz up the entire process. A lot of scraping went on here to actually achieve this amazing look. You can imagine decades of making decisions of what color to paint each room, each ceiling. Probably going from pink to blue to brown, off-white. And every time these colors left a layer, and that layer stayed there in the background, well, you can imagine decades later how that layers, or those layers, was just sitting quietly in the background. When he came to make decisions here, well, it was an easy decision to unveil the choices that were made through the decades by scraping hundreds and hundreds of square meters of ceiling, exposing some of those choices that were made decades earlier, and bringing this special look that is impossible to achieve by using any technique that is out there. This is a natural, organic achievement. The layers of decades now coming back through the colors. This is a very important part of fitting an underfloor heating system. This barrier that gets applied all the way around allows or stops the heat from traveling across and entering into the walls. Because you really want to contain the heat. You want the heat to go in the direction that you have decided, which is up. And so the barrier that is actually fitted here in polystyrene stops the heat from going down, and the barrier that gets fitted all the way around stops the heat from going sideways. So very important to put this barriers all the way around. So whoever is doing an underfloor heating system needs to make sure that that happens before the actual pipework gets fitted. Also, the doors and windows that you choose for your property are very important. They need to have a couple of elements. One, the most important one, is the insulation, but also something that it's right for the building. In this particular case, these wooden windows, it's incredible when people look at them and say, are they really wood? Yes, these are really wood, made by hand by an artisan that still makes doors and windows like they used to be made ancient or a long time ago. Now, all of these windows will also have the little screwy, which at the moment they're in the workshop safe because we don't want them to get damaged. We're still on a building site, but it was important to really close the building so the plaster and the tiler can work around the window frames. Now, we're in the bathroom and the window is frosted, but also having a window that can open up this way, opening up this way allows the air to circulate, and is also a very important feature to have when you're having new windows built. Even the bonus today during this video, I wasn't expecting them to turn up while I was here because it's lunchtime, but it's great to see the progress. I wanted to do this video before the underfloor heating system went down, and we actually managed to do the video while the underfloor heating is getting put down. So you actually got a glimpse of the system and really all the little things that need to happen in order to make sure that you achieve the best quality at the end. Now, what can I say? Well, I think I'm so excited about this project. The star-shaped ceilings, all the ceilings with this beautiful finish, even an fresco in this particular one, and the distribution of the space, and the entire level coming together, the stone exposed on the stairs above the doors, the entire thing, it's coming together. The wooden windows, well, we're waiting for the doors as well. So everything coming together, singing, almost like an amazing puzzle made of thousands of pieces coming together. I hope you've enjoyed episode 3, and in episode 4, well, we're gonna bring some new things, and hopefully you're gonna start seeing the finishing touches of this Palazzo in Corso Re d'Italia coming together. Until then, subscribe to the channel, press the little bell, spread the word, and stay safe wherever you are.